So, in this video, we are going to think about self. Now, as humans and individuals, we are made up of billions of cells. And each cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. And each chromosome has 2 strands of DNA. This means that no 2 people are ever the same and that there is just one of you. Even when you have identical twins, the nature-nurture process means that they are ever so slightly different. So the fact is that you, as the individual that you are, sitting where you are watching this, are totally unique. There is nobody else like you. There is nobody else with the dreams written on your heart, with the ambition that you have, with the elements of your soul, with the outline of your features, with the colour of your eyes, with the texture of your hair, with the priorities in your life. There is only you. You are totally, wonderfully, incredibly unique. And yet we never or rarely make ourselves a priority in our own lives. We are the most important thing in our life. Because I said it in the intro, I'll say it again, without you or me in either of our lives, there is no life. So self is about being true to yourself. It's about showing up as the person that you really are. It is about chasing down the dreams that are written on your heart. It is about having the courage, the bravery, the balls, the boldness to step into being the person that you are. Not the person that society dictates. Not the person that your friends think you should be. Not the person that your parents want you to be. But being you. Being uniquely you, because there is only you. More than anything, from this session and from the entire Make Your Bed challenge, is that I want you to have the courage and the bravery to be true to yourself. I want you to go out there and live life to the best of your ability. And I want you to do that for yourself and for the children, that if you ever work with children or you ever become a parent for them. Because we cannot raise children to be their best selves if we are not showing up as our best self. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you something that I rarely tell people. I've only recently started sharing it, and I feel like now is a perfect time to illustrate this story with you, and so you can really understand where I'm coming from. When I was 11 years old, I came home from school and I went up to my bedroom and I opened my purple fluffy Bang on the Door notebook. Bang on the Door was really cool back in the day, and this notebook was like my pride and joy. Anyway, I opened it up on a page and I wrote on a piece of paper that I, Jo Shavas, vow never to try and be like Jo and to only be myself. I signed and dated that piece of paper. I was 11 years old and I took it out of the notebook and I folded it up into tiny pieces, like a tiny little square, because I didn't want anyone to find it. And I put it in a little box on the bookshelf in my bedroom. And that process was me making a vow to myself to only ever be myself. I honestly didn't know it back then, but I was taking control of my life. And we talk about taking control of our lives in lesson 2 and how we are in total control. And what was happening in my life then was that Jo was this other girl at school. She was funny, she was popular, she was confident, And to kind of top it all off, she had the same name as me, which was absolutely crushing when somebody would say, "Hey Joe," and I would answer and they'd say, "Not you, other Joe." And it just was so hard. I so wanted to be like her. I so wanted to be popular and confident and funny, but I wasn't any of those things. I was me. And the more I tried to be like her, the more I failed at being like her, because why would I succeed at not being myself? And one day it became too much, and I came home and I wrote down that vow, and I still have that vow. I still believe in that vow. And I decided that I had to show up as myself. And once I started showing up as myself, I started to find my own groove and step into being the person that I was actually meant to be. Step into being this formulation of DNA and chromosomes and pairs of chromosomes and everything and cells that I was created to be. Now, don't get me wrong, some days it is so hard. Some days back then it was hard, and even now, I still, as I said, I still have that vow, I still believe in that vow, but some days it is so freaking hard to show up as myself. Some days I just want to be like the cool girl on Instagram. Some days I just want to be like that famous person I know. Some days I want to look like someone else, but I don't. I take stock of who I am and what I have, and I step up into being myself. However hard it is, because it is the only self I have. And that is the same for you. You are not here to try and be anybody else.